I'm a sad sister. But I do have a lei.
So that I can stay close to my sister.
Hi guys, it's Jordan and today is the long awaited for college decision reveal video. So I've gotten so many comments of you guys wondering, where is Jordan going to college? Because as you guys know, I just barely graduated high school. Amidst all of the health crisis craziness, I still graduated and now it is time for me to move on to college. That is insane. Honestly, this is so weird to think about. So, y'all have been wanting to know my decision, and so I figured I'd make a full video dedicated to the reasoning behind my decision and what I picked. So, grab your popcorn, buckle your seatbelt because this is gonna be a crazy video and I have a feeling a lot of y'all are gonna be very surprised. Plot twist of the century coming up. Get ready. Oh no, I'm so nervous. Okay, let's get started. I'm actually so nervous to make this video and I've kind of been like dreading filming it because I'm so worried that I'm gonna say the wrong things or that I'm not gonna be able to explain it well enough to like, I don't know. I'm worried that I'm gonna mis-explain myself and then, I don't know. I'm just very nervous all around. So let's start with the colleges that I applied for. So I applied to 3 colleges. I was going to apply to more, but then the more I thought about it, I like really tried to consider if the colleges I would apply to, if I could actually see myself going there. So I applied to Brigham Young University, Hawaii, aka BYU Hawaii, and I got accepted. I also applied to USU, aka Utah State University, ta-da, and also got accepted. And the third school that I applied to was Brigham Young University, Provo, Utah, aka BYU Provo. Ta-da! And this is actually the college that my sister Audrey goes to. Dun-dun-dun-dun. So I got into all the colleges that I applied to, which I am so grateful for, and I'm so happy because I spent so long on my applications and everything because I really, really wanted to get into all 3 of them, because they're all just such great schools. Oh, okay, so now on to my decision. Oh no, I'm so nervous. I don't know why I'm so nervous. We're gonna start off first with BYU Hawaii. So, here's my BYU Hawaii folder. This is actually it just says Brigham Young University. And I don't have a shirt from this school, but I do have a lei from Hawaii as well as a little headband that I actually got from Hawaii. We've been to Hawaii multiple times. Well, only like 2 times, but I always thought Hawaii was so pretty and it's been my dream to live there. I was like, oh my goodness, Hawaii is gorgeous. And so that's why I really wanted to get into BYU Hawaii, because for the longest time, this was the school that I was determined to go to. Like, when I was applying, I was like, if I get into BYU Hawaii, I'm going there. And surprise, I'm actually not. I'm actually not going to BYU Hawaii. I declined their admission, which was really hard for me to do. I was honestly crying about it because it's a private college, so it's difficult to get into. So it was really, really hard for me to decline, and also it's hard to get into because it's an island, and so only a few people, there's only like so many people that are allowed to be on campus. But I ultimately decided to decline the offer because the more I thought about it, the more I was like, I made like a pros and cons list and I weighed out all the pros and cons, and there were a lot of cons to BYU Hawaii. I think it's a really great college for a lot of people, but personally for myself, I just feel like at this stage in my life, that's not where I'm supposed to be. And also the housing there was really tricky. You had to share a room with like 4 other girls, which I wouldn't be opposed to, but it would just make my job super hard being a YouTuber and all. And so it'd be very tricky filming videos. I would not know where to film, and it would just make life a little bit more difficult. And so housing was not the best. There were just a lot of cons to BYU Hawaii, and it like breaks my heart to have to say no to them because it's Hawaii! And literally that was like my dream spot to live. And I know literally this went through my head so many times. I'm saying literally so much. It's because I'm nervous. That's what I do when I'm nervous. I just repeat words. Okay, I've always wanted to live somewhere, well, okay, I haven't always, but recently I really wanted to live somewhere warm because I just love tropical weather and everything. And so I was like, oh, Hawaii is the school for me. But I don't think it's the school for me, not right now. Maybe later in the future when I'm older, or maybe, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what happens, but unfortunately, the college I picked is not BYU Hawaii. So we're not going to Hawaii. Goodbye. All right, so next up are the other two colleges I applied to. I've got Utah State University and I've got Brigham Young University, Provo, Utah. So y'all know I'm gonna be going to college somewhere in Utah because those are the only two options left. So which one to talk about first? Oh no. Okay, I think I might as well get the elephant, or talk about the elephant in the room because y'all are wondering, this is like the big question, am I going to college with Audrey? So let's talk about Brigham Young University. So this is my BYU shirt, it's so cute. And this is actually my admittance folder. This is like, they mailed this to me with my admittance letter and everything. And, oh, it's really sad. Oh, I didn't even realize I even got BYU socks. So, reppin' BYU. BYU is a great school. And honestly, all throughout high school, like ever since Audrey got into BYU, like that is what I thought my path was gonna be. For the past year, I've been thinking of Hawaii mostly, but all throughout high school, I've been thinking I'm gonna go to BYU with Audrey because that just seems like, I don't know, the path that I would go. Oh my goodness. But, so I guess that was just always my idea of like, whenever I thought, oh, I'm gonna go to college, I would always picture myself in the same apartment complex as Audrey, not the same apartment, but the same like complex. And we'd be going to the same school and everything, and it'd be like such a good sister bonding moment. And I always pictured BYU as like my school, and it's like BYU is very like with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. It teaches its lessons like hand in hand with my religion. And so I just always was like, oh, that is my school, that is where I'm meant to be. And so I was so excited when I got in, and Audrey's reaction was so cute when I got in. I actually took a video of it, and I'm gonna insert it now. Ta-da.
Okay, Jordan's what are you about to do?
Open my BYU letter to see if I get accepted or denied.
Oh, I'm nervous for you. Because I remember how stressful this was for me. I don't even want to look, Jordan. Are you gonna come?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm not.
Well, actually, no, I'm not excited. I might.
Wait, did you get accepted into both?
Well, I only know about BYU Provo yet. They're gonna tell me about Hawaii like next week.
I think you should come.
So that was Audrey's reaction to my BYU acceptance letter. I already opened it up this morning. And the funniest thing was I opened it up and Mom and Dad were like, oh my gosh, congrats. And Mom's like, this sucks. Because she was like, great, now you're gonna leave me. Mom's like,
you only want to go to USU.
Yeah, Mom's like, you should go to USU because I'm gonna be the only girl left in the house now.
And it ends our travel because now I don't have a babysitter to watch the kids, so I can't
That's
travel.
a real
I guess they'll have to come to us.
There'll be no more traveling. Like, who can watch the boys?
I guess that's true.
Jake can!
So that's kind of funny,
Now
but
I'm grounded. Like,
you're grounded. Mom's on house arrest
so sad.
for the next few years until Jake can.
Well, I'm so proud. I'm happy for
Yay,
you.
thanks. We can go to the same college.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. So it was really cute finding out that I was accepted to BYU. This is what everybody thought I was going to do because I basically expressed that I would really like to go to Hawaii, but it's not practical, so I'm most likely gonna go to BYU Provo. This is what I always said I was gonna do, and this is in my mindset. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to BYU Provo. So I was so excited when I got in. But then I had to think really, really long and hard about my decision because I got into all three schools. And so for like months leading up to the final day that I was allowed to make a decision, I had been like struggling with deciding what to choose. So I literally didn't choose which college I was going to until the last day that I could decide. Like literally I waited to the last possible moment because I was hoping that I would all of a sudden just be like, oh, this school. But that never came. I just had to like decide. And so I really thought through a lot. I thought through this decision a ton because I was so nervous and it broke my heart to say that I wouldn't be going to school with Audrey. But unfortunately, I did decline Brigham Young University Provo, and I will not be going to college with Audrey. I don't want to cry. Oh my gosh. I can like feel it in my chest and my throat. I'm like so sad. Every time I think about like declining BYU, I get so sad because this was like what I always thought I was gonna do. And also it's just so hard to decline because it was like my dream school. But I don't think that's what I would, but the more I thought about it, the more I was like, I don't think that's what I should be doing right now, and that's not where I'm supposed to be in the next few years of my life. And so I actually did decline BYU Provo. That's so weird to say. On to the very last college. This one is USU. Dun, 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 dun. And this is my little USU pamphlet. USU is the local like community college or like university that's kind of close to where I am. And so immediately this was just a no-brainer to apply to. I immediately applied to because that's like what everybody does in my area. They just automatically, because that's kind of what you do when you graduate, is you apply to like your schools that you really want to get into, and then like a few safety schools and probably like your local university. So I applied to this as my like last resort, my safety school, in case I didn't get into both BYUs. This is my last resort. And I got in, and I also got a scholarship. I got a merit scholarship, which I didn't even apply for. They just gave to me. I was like, oh, okay. And so leading up to making my college decision, I was thinking a lot about my future and what I wanted to like go into in college and like what I wanted to focus on within these next few years. And I decided that I really, really want to focus on my YouTube channel and on like my social media and everything, and just like making videos for you guys, because literally this is like my dream job. And so this is what I want to do for like as long as possible. And so I just really wanted to focus a lot on YouTube. And then I wanted to have my major be like exploratory. So I wouldn't be deciding my major yet. I would have to like figure out what I'm interested in and use that as kind of like a backup and really focus on YouTube. And so thinking about that and also writing my entire pros and cons list, I eventually made the decision that I will be attending Utah State University. Cue the confetti. So that's right, I accepted my admissions to Utah State University, which is so funny because everybody was so shocked when I chose Utah State. Like all of my family was like, what? Because they literally all thought that I was not gonna choose it because it was like my safety school. But I will be going to Utah State, and the reasoning behind this was because I would just plan on taking like 2 or 3 classes and mostly focusing on YouTube and everything, and being able to attend like more events and more meet and greets and everything, because that's just like what I've always wanted to do. And it's just been really hard with like school and everything, like with high school, to be able to attend more events. But now I feel like with college and me only taking a few classes, hopefully once the world health crisis is over, hopefully I'll be able to attend some more events and everything and be able to meet more of you guys and go do some more things and maybe launch some more products, because I can't wait. I've got some things that I'm working on right now that you should get excited for. That's all I can say. I'm just saying I'm working on a lot of cool stuff, and there's gonna be some fun things coming out this year. So, well, that's a little sneak peek, a little bit of secret that nobody else knows yet. Well, you guys all know it now. But yeah, so I'm an Aggie. I am going to Utah State. So my plan is that I'm going to, especially with the health crisis that's going on, I wasn't sure how I was going to, if I went to BYU, I wasn't sure how I was going to do schooling there, because it is in Provo, which is which is like semi-far away from where we live, and I would have to get my own apartment down there. And with the health crisis, my parents really didn't want me doing that right now. They would rather have me take like online school. And so I figured it would be just best for my position, especially where I'm only gonna take like 3 classes for the first bit until I like really decide what I want to major on. I decided that it would be best to stay home for the first little bit until the entire world gets fixed and the health crisis is like gone, and just focus on my YouTube channel and everything, and only do like maybe 3 classes, either planning on online, but if the world gets better, which I hope it does soon, then maybe I can go into like classes in person. So that's my plan, you guys. I hope I got all of my points across. I thought through this decision so many times. I wrote a big pros and cons list, and let me tell you, this was a really, really hard decision for me. Like, just thinking about it makes me want to cry because it was so like heartbreaking for me to decline both BYUs, since those were like the schools that I just really thought I was gonna go to. I just always pictured myself at BYU. And so it was really hard to decline, but now looking back, I'm so glad that I chose USU, because I think, honestly, at least for this time in my life, I feel like this is a good fit for me right now, and it fits my personality and my goals for the future better, at least for the moment. Maybe in the future, if I wanted to reapply for BYU, then I could do that. I don't know, we'll see what happens. We'll see. The future is gonna be crazy. So, yeah, actually, fun fact, after I declined both BYUs, I was literally crying. I was like sobbing as I declined them because it was so sad to like, it was just really hard for me to, it would be hard for me to decline any school. I'd still be just as sad if I had to decline this school. Like, it was just hard for me to like, to like say no to those schools because they're such good schools. And so, yeah, I was like crying for like 2 days after. I was so sad. But then I talked to my family and they were all so excited for me and so happy, and all of my like distant family and everything, I called them up and I told them, and they got so excited, and now I'm like so stoked that I'm going to be an Aggie, and I'm so excited to see what the future holds. That's my college decision. Plot twist of the century. Are you guys surprised? Comment down below if you are. This is honestly a wild ride. I did not see this coming. I had no idea where I was gonna go, honestly. I'm very indecisive, so I would have had no, like a few months earlier, I would have had no clue. I wouldn't have been able to tell you which college I was gonna go to, but that's my college decision. So now, really quick, for this ending of the video, I'm gonna call in all of my family, and I'm gonna have them explain like their reaction to me going to USU and what they think, like their thoughts and everything. So I'll be right back. Okay, I've got the whole fam in here, and I have officially announced that I'm going to Utah State University. And so they've got all of their shirts on representing the school that they like support, I guess. But also I wanted to clarify, I am going to Utah State University. I'm going to be living at home for the first little bit, but I will move out eventually once like the whole pandemic is over, just not right now. And also I am undeclared on my major, but I am deciding to do entrepreneurship as my minor. Okay, all right, so now I want to hear all of y'all's thoughts. So, Jacob, what do you think?
Well, I knew you would pick a college close to us, not like in Hawaii like you originally wanted to go, because you want to stay by us.
That's true, that's true. I didn't want to stay with my family. Aww. Okay.
I thought that before COVID-19 happened that Jordan was going to pick BYU Hawaii.
That's what I thought too.
I was sure she was going to pick that, and I was a little bit nervous to have her so far from home.
Surprise!
Part of me was honestly hoping that she'd pick BYU so that she could be down with her sister. But
that's what Mom wearing the BYU shirt.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah!
COVID-19 kind of changed everything, I think, for Jordan and affected
Changed a
her
lot.
plans.
I thought she was gonna go to BYU Hawaii, but I'm glad that she went to USU so that I could stay close to my sister.
Oh, brother!
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute! Oh, brother! Aww. I'm a sad sister. Oh,
Obviously, I wanted to go to where I go to college.
yeah.
But it's okay because I understand, and I know that Jordan wanted to go to all 3 of them.
I did want to go to all 3. It was so
it was
hard
a very
to pick.
hard decision. She literally made her
So
decision the
stressful.
day of
The last day.
So it's okay.
It was very stressful. I know when I told you that I was going to USU, you were kind of sad at first. You're like, no. But supportive sister.
Now we're rivals.
Yeah.
What? Now we're rivals. All right, Dad, what do you think?
Yeah, we're definitely a house divided because I went to Utah State, graduated. Yeah, Katie went to Utah State. Maybe not so much. I wanted, Yes, I wanted Audrey. I wanted Jordan to go to either BYU so she could be close to Audrey.
BYU Provo.
Yeah, BYU Provo, because then the two could do a whole bunch of fun stuff together. Or, kind of selfishly, I wanted her to go to Utah State so she could be close to us so that we could see her all the time. We see Audrey about every other week. So either way was
We still
fine
see
with
her a
me
lot.
because I knew Audrey and Jordan would drive up together if they were going to school together. So
Yeah.
I was cool with either one, but I was there when she made the decision. When she had to hit no to BYU, Provo, and Hawaii, she had a little tear. She was
Yeah,
sad.
you can say that I
made me
was
a little
actually
sad.
crying. Yeah, but Dad was so excited. He was like, "Yes, you're going to Utah State," because that's his school.
I'm actually happy she's going to Utah State too because she is a mini mom and
That's
she
true.
will be able to help out with the boys. And whenever
I'm
I
a good babysitter.
even when she moves out, I'll just be like, Jordan.
Jordan, you set yourself up for
I
this.
was like, "Oh no."
And I don't know if you noticed, but she applied to schools that she would just have the color blue as her color.
That's true. I don't know
Hawaii
why.
is red.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
it is
Hawaii is
red?
red.
Oh, I thought
Hawaii
she
is red.
applied to only
Hawaii
blue
is
schools,
red.
which is my favorite color, so she couldn't have gone wrong. But
That's right.
yeah, I guess
Fun fact,
Hawaii.
I was also gonna apply for Stanford at one point, but then I was like, I can't actually picture myself moving to California, so.
I do not.
So I was like, why even apply for it?
And I was like,
I
Yeah.
would have had a heart attack if you went to California. So do not want my kids moving to California.
That would have been crazy.
I am
We
just
love
against that.
Californians, but we would have thought it'd been difficult to see.
I don't want my kids moving
It'd be
there.
hard.
There's just a lot of crazy rules there that we're just like,
I
well,
just- No.
anyhow.
Anyways, well, that's my final reveal video. Thank you guys. The end. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Oh my goodness.
Wow, cheerleading.
I don't even know any of the cheers. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that you were surprised with my decision. I feel like this is the plot twist of the century, because like even I didn't see this coming. But I'm actually so excited, and I'm so glad with my choice. Like I actually am very excited to start college and to start at Utah State.
Thanks, COVID, for letting
I'm
us
really excited.
go to Utah State.
It's gonna be way fun. Yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up if you did, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!